All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, y'all. I apologize. Hate whenever that happens. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, you can see, look, let me show you here. The simplicity chart, my little dots. I'm having a little bit of a data issue. My data is not matching exactly the way it should be, but I'm just going to have to keep a close eye on that. Should be okay, though. Morning, morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah, Apex sure is. Man, options for one-time PA and those micros, they're just listening to everything everybody says and just making it happen. There's some more things coming, so y'all stay tuned. Probably won't affect everybody here, but I mean, just a few more things in the pipeline that's going to wipe away the competition. Like, completely. Yeah, I wanted to reload my historical data, but I reloaded my chart like 10 times this morning, and then I didn't want to shut everything down and do all that because that would just take too long for me. Yeah, Dan, it's doing pretty well, but I mean, I only posted it out last night, but I think, it's a pretty good opportunity to get a winner of the free giveaway because, we'll see how many entries we get at the end of it. Right now, I think there's like almost 50 or something like that. Yeah, 52. I mean, I'm sure it'll go up, but I doubt there would be 1,000 on there. So, three chances to win. Colorado, nice. Daryl just bought I think it's in Colorado. He bought like a cabin out there, and like a little getaway. Yeah, California. Whew. Actually, it's easier to trade the open in California, I think. It depending on your schedule, obviously, but if you have I guess 9 to 5. Well, I guess never mind. I guess it depends on your schedule. Yeah, because the market opens, what would it be? 6:30 California time? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, 6:30. If it opens 6:30 and you go to work at 9 or 8, that'd work out pretty well. All right, so far nothing really happening. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of we're in the fourth bar of chop on the 50 tick, so I'm going to pay attention to that. right there, coming off the -2.5 dev. So we'll see what the market wants to do, if it wants to try to go up to settlement or just kind of retraced. If you look back during the morning, we had a pretty big down run, kind of retraced about 50-60% of that, and now we have a little bit of chop here. So let's see if it wants to make its way back to settlement or just kind of what it wants to do. And 30 tick chart, we do have this mini magnet that would tell me this would likely push down, but now we have a cluster here and there was a cluster to the left, so this could be a hard area for it to break. But if it does break this, we could be in for a nice little down run. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, see, Vegas, Richie here, you got it. That's pretty nice there. That works out. Brandy on the other on the other side here, you have a pretty early one, it looks like. Okay. My simplicity chart's not lining up again. This is not good. Because we should have a simplicity short going on. All right, y'all. I think I am gonna have to shut down and reload. So you're gonna have to give me a few minutes here. Because it's just too off right now. And I like this short, but I'm probably gonna have to miss it. So just give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, looks like I finally got it. That was a mess. One second, hold on. Okay. All right. Looks like I got it going now. Yeah, I realized everything started loading just fine. And then the data on the simplicity chart was just not right, and it would not match up at all. So, all right. It was a good one. Let's see. Let me go back and look at it. Yeah, whenever I was here on the simplicity chart, I saw on the room chart it was setting up a nice simplicity, and mine was not even close to being a simplicity. Yeah, look at this one off the wall here. At about 87.50 straight down. Yep. Now let's see if we're going to get this short go on here. I'm a little paranoid. Got to make sure it's still matching up with everything. All right. Yep. Yeah, it's not the computer. There's just some kind of data backup, I guess, in the Ninja. So I had to clear it out. And then after I reloaded everything, only the simplicity chart, I refreshed it like 5 times, still nothing. So I figured something within the chart was just messed up. So I had to close the chart completely and just remake a simplicity chart. Luckily, I save all my settings as a template, except, I made my ZOIs darker on simplicity, and I didn't save that on resave that on my template. So the ZOIs are back to normal opacity, but that's fine. I'll fix that later. I'm not worried about that right now. That's the least of my worries. All right, let's see if it could break down here. It's looking like it wants to lay a mini magnet here. As you can see, this was a previous last pullback, stopped right about where we are now. So if it lays a mini magnet here and goes up, then, and bar closes up, then I wouldn't really expect a short, but it may not. So what I wouldn't like about an LRE, if it does pull back to an LRE up here, is that we are that would be kind of in the middle of this 30 tick. Yeah, I'd prefer this to continue short a little bit. Hey, Mohammed. Yeah, pretty much just NQ. I have traded CL. I traded CL for about a month with my strategy that I use here with Apex. And I don't know. It could have been just during that time, because I know CL, different things and news affects it different ways. Could have been just that time, but it was very it had a lot of spikes. So it would just kind of be going smooth, and then all of a sudden just a random spike in different directions. And, and I was watching the news very closely too, but it was kind of random. Yeah, so hold on. Let me just make sure I don't want to take an LRE here if it does pull back, because we have HD building up on the 10 tick here. Just on the 10 tick, we do have all these ZOIs and wall, but just want to kind of see what it does here real quick. Okay. Yeah, so what I meant was the 30 tick chart, we were at the bottom right here of this previous pullback. So if an LRE happened, it would have happened like right up here, which would have been in the middle of this area. And I didn't like that because I wanted it to go further, kind of break further this last bottom first before I take an LRE. Because if it would have hit this bottom, that could have just signaled, maybe that's a bottom and starting a new range if it pulled back up into here. And I wouldn't really trust an LRE up here because maybe it would just turn into a range. We have a cluster on the 30 tick bar, the current bar right now. Yeah, simplicity itself is not bad for CL. To be honest, it's not bad. Just simplicity, and you just you have to have your stops where you're supposed to. But the hard part was the LREs that I take, the low risk entries, the pullbacks, because sometimes when it was pulling back and it gives an entry, and even if it looked good, I'd hop in and then it would just shoot, sometimes against me and sometimes for me, and it was just kind of random. And I just didn't have a lot of confidence in it. But there were definitely some good simplicity moves. All right, now you can see we're getting a little bit sideways choppy here. So I'd want this to continue a little further down. So I wouldn't take an LRE right now, right here. Just because even simplicity, you can see it's kind of getting a little sideways action. And you don't know if it pulls up here, it could just break long or short. So that's more of a toss-up on this one here. Unless if it gives something really nice right here, but we do have this cluster on the 30 tick bar, and I mean I don't like it anymore. Or I didn't like it at all, but definitely not now because it broke up. If it would have broke up around this area, around this last previous little pullback and gave like potential Lorex short or something, maybe I would have considered it. But when it starts getting, you could clearly see it was having some resistance here, or this was acting like a support. I mean, laying a couple pawls, and then on the simplicity chart as well, couldn't really break that. So I would definitely prefer to skip out on this, hopefully let it run down further, and then wait for another pullback. Yeah, DT. I used to actually have the VWAP on my simplicity chart as well to see if I could get any other, if it could help me with some kind of confirmations or something. I just really never could correlate that together with my trading. Because even if price is moving back to VWAP or away, I could take a long or short in between there, and it just, I don't know, I couldn't really find any correlation. I know there's some traders that do well just trading that. Definitely strong. We know it's going to make its way back to it eventually and away from it, deviate away from it. We just, eventually it will. I saw it. All right, here's the move down. We're getting close to the open, but still plenty of time for me. Getting a little clustered up here. It's making its move down. It's just kind of not pretty. See, that's what I'm looking at now. The only problem is we just laid an ZOI from the 30 tick right here. 10 tick paw, double clusters. And this was an SLZ, but it wasn't really... I guess it's... it wasn't really a great one. But, yeah, so if an LRE pulls up here, it's a ton of HD. I may take a shot to come back down because it's testing that cluster now. It's got a ton of HD. This may blow through my stop, but I'm trying to see if it'll come back. It tested the cluster on the 30 tick. Yeah, it's probably gonna come up and hit me. Yeah. I was hoping it was trying to test that cluster on the 30 tick and then come back down to these double clusters. Didn't work out though. Because that happens a lot where it comes up and tests the cluster. Pulled up, test the cluster. In this case, it wanted to keep on going.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing great. Double cluster NQ.
See, I liked that because we had that cluster, and then if you look left right here, this level that we went a little bit sideways, clustered up here, went up to test it. A lot of times it'll go back up and test areas. So I had a cluster there for it to test, all these ZOIs over here for it to test, but broke through. Now we may be laying a mini magnet on this wall from the 30 tick. And that would be a third bar sling as well. So if that bar closes up at 389.75, maybe you want to look for a long. But we are getting close to the open. It's the only issue right now is we're getting close to that open.
Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
Yeah, top of the 10 tick range, but I was waiting for it to see if it'd break it. It didn't break. It only broke it by like a tick. But 389.75 would have been where I would have entered. 389.75 But now it may chop until the open. We'll see. Still potentially laying that mini magnet on the 30 tick. That's why I would have waited till 389.75. That bar would have closed with that mini magnet. I may still hop in this. If it gets there. Yeah, I'm hopping in this one. It's pretty close to the open, so I'm going to stop behind that mini magnet. But if we can hit up to that Paul before the open here, then I can move to break even. It's getting a little zippy though. Oh, man. Okay. Right as dark zone hit, shot down on me.
Double cluster NQ.
Yep, now it's the dark zone. No, that's the dark zone. 5 minutes before the open. That's why you don't want to be in a trade 5 minutes before or after the open.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah. It was trying to make its way up to that Paul. I was waiting to get to that Paul, and I was going to move to break even just in case if that happened. But it happened before I could get there. So now we wait.
Potential TX on NQ.
I disconnected my Apex. Hold on 1 second.
Setup A, setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
All right, 1 second.
Potential SLZ on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. OP rejection on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ.
All right.
Potential setup A setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ.
Okay, let's see. Got one trade left here. If it loses, we have some news at 9:45, so we got to keep that in mind.
Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential setup A on NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Potential setup B on NQ. Trap orders with
Here we go, hitting settlement. Right up to settlement.
on NQ. Potential SLZ on NQ. SLZ on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, today I have some time, so that's why I wasn't too worried about my charts all messing up earlier.
Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ.
Pulling back to where an LRE would be, but that's based on the open. It wasn't really a good simplicity long going. So I wouldn't, not going to be taking anything here. Didn't quite get there anyways. About 5 points away. About 10 minutes till the news.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A, setup B on NQ. Double cluster.
Some nice 50 tick chop going on. Wait for a breakout there. Got some ZOIs that it's laying on the 30 tick. All this right below settlement.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A, setup B on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential OP rejection on NQ. OP rejection on NQ.
I think what I'm going to do, because I'm normally not trading after the open, I'm going to end the stream because we have news coming up as well. And I'm just going to hop into the elite room because now this is kind of like a news session where this might go on another hour or so. And I'm just not, normally having streams last that long. So I think I'm going to end the stream and I'll just, for those of you Apex traders, I'm about to hop in the elite room and talk through there. So I just don't want the stream to go on for a whole lot longer. So I will see y'all Monday morning, though, for sure at my normal time. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to get up and get that loaded extra early so we don't run into the same problem. But, all right, y'all. I will see y'all Monday. For the rest of y'all that are going to be in the trade room, I'll see y'all there in a second. Take care, y'all.